Hello dear class 10. We are now on the 6th chapter, and that is also the second part of chapter 5, the 100 dresses. And if you remember, the first part ended when Wanda Petronsky had won the designer, she had to design dresses, and there was a competition, art competition held in the school, and Wanda had won that art competition, and she had drawn 100 dresses, and the teachers had hung them on the all around the room, room 13, where they used to have their classes. And Wanda was bullied by other students, and especially by Peggy, and Madeline just looked on. And so now we will come to the part where all the children are appreciating Wanda's artwork and the dresses that she has drawn. She has designed all those dresses, and each one of them is worthy of winning, as the teacher had said. Now let us go to the second part. While the class was circling the room, the monitor from the principal's office brought Miss Mason a note. So Miss Mason, the teacher, got a note from the principal's office. So all the students were circling the room, because all the designs, all the artwork was hanging all around the room, and the children were asked to look at those drawings. So Miss Mason got a note from the principal's office. Miss Mason read it several times and studied it thoughtfully for a while. So the teacher looked at the note, and she was very thoughtful. She studied it for a while, she read it many times. Then she clapped her hands. Attention class, everyone back to their seat. So she told everyone to go to their seats. When the shuffling of feet had stopped and the room was still and quiet, Miss Mason said, "I have a letter from Wanda's father that I want to read to you." So she told everyone to sit down. When all the shuffling of feet was over, that is, noise of feet when students walk, when it was all over, everything was quiet, Miss Mason said that there was a letter from Wanda's father, and she wanted to read it aloud. Miss Mason stood there a moment, and the silence in the room grew tense and expectant. Now she was very quiet for a moment, and everyone was expecting, and there was a tense atmosphere in the classroom. The teacher adjusted her glasses slowly and deliberately. Slowly and deliberately. Deliberately means purposely. She was taking her time, very slowly, because she was very thoughtful, and maybe she wanted to make it a very serious occasion. Her manner indicated what was coming. This letter from Wanda's father was a matter of great importance. So it was a matter of great importance. So deliberately, that's why, as I said earlier, she was taking her time to make it a very serious occasion, because the letter was very important from her father, Wanda's father. Everybody listened closely as Miss Mason read the brief note. Now people are listening, all the students are listening very attentively. Dear teacher, my Wanda will not come to school anymore. Jake also. It seems Jake was her father, was her brother, and so father is writing that neither Wanda nor Jake will come to school anymore. Now we move away to big city. No more holler, Polak. No more ask why funny name. Plenty of funny names in the big city. Yours truly, Jan Petronsky. Now, what is the meaning of this? It is a very short letter, yet it is very meaningful. Even the English is not perfect here. Not even, almost the sentences are even grammatically wrong. Yet the message has been given here very clearly. Jake also will not come, as Wanda will not come. Now we move away to big city, which means we are moving away to a big city now. No more holler, Polak. See, that's the way they used to degrade them. Holler. Holler means they used to call out. It seems that he must have also been facing all this discrimination. There was this, it's almost a racial discrimination here. And they're saying, they would shout at him, hey Polak, there goes the Polak. Polak means he's a Polish person. So this means that this is a small town. And he says, we are going to the big city now. Now no more people will no more call us Polak. No more ask why funny name. Now people will ask him or ask the children why your name is so funny. Petronsky. It seems very funny. Plenty of funny names in the big city. So he said there are plenty of funny names in the big city. So it means in the big city, there are more people like us, and this is a small city. This is a small town with people with small minds. And so we are going to the big city where people have even their minds are even more open, and there are so many names there, so many different kinds of people are there. We will not stand out, and people will not really make fun of us there. We will be accepted in the society. Yours truly, Jan Petronsky. J can be pronounced as Jan also. So he is now, this is the letter that he wrote, which means the message was given that the children were bullied in the school, that the children were discriminated against by other children, how cruel children can be to each other. This is actually the message there. A deep silence met the reading of this letter. Now there was an absolute silence, and in the reading of this letter, everyone was quiet. Miss Mason took off her glasses, blew on them, and wiped them on her soft white handkerchief. She wiped her glasses with her handkerchief. Then she put them on again and looked at the class. When she spoke, her voice was low, very low. I am sure that none of the boys and girls in room 13 would purposely and deliberately hurt anyone's feelings because his or her name happened to be a long, unfamiliar one. She's saying, I hope that no one in this room did that, because the name is different, just because of the name. I hope no one purposely hurt anyone's feelings. She is saying, I hope my students haven't done this. I prefer to think that what was said in thoughtlessness. She's saying, I hope what was said in thoughtlessness, that without thinking, Mr. Petronsky has written this, that it is not really what happened. She's saying, I hope it hasn't happened here. I know that all of you feel the way I do, that this is a very unfortunate thing to have happened, unfortunate and sad both, and I want you all to think about it. She's saying, if it has happened, then I think that it is a very unfortunate thing to have happened, and I want you all to think about it, and you understand that it is a very sad and unfortunate thing that happened, that children were made fun of just because their names were different. The first period was a study period. Maddie tried to prepare her lessons, but she could not put her mind on her work. Now the first period they were given to study on their own, do their work, and Maddie was thinking, she tried to, but she couldn't put her mind to her studies. She couldn't do anything. She had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. She had a very sick feeling in her stomach. True, she had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Wanda how many dresses she had in her closet, but she had said nothing. She's thinking, of course, I didn't like it. That's right, I didn't like it when Peggy used to tease Wanda. But still, I did not say anything. she's thinking to herself, and she had stood by silently, and that was just as bad as what Peggy had done. So she's saying, although she was not saying anything, yet she stood near Peggy and she stood silently. So this is just as bad as what Peggy was doing. So she was watching Peggy bully Wanda, teasing Wanda just because she was poor, just because she did not have good clothes to wear. She was demeaning Wanda, and she stood there and she did not say anything. She just stood silently, which means Maddie herself, Maddie's thinking, I am just as bad as what Peggy has done. I did the same thing. Just standing with her seemed that I was supporting what Peggy was doing. And so, students, many times when we see someone being bullied, when we see something, some injustice being done to someone, and if we sit quietly or if we stand quietly and we watch, we are just as much party to the wrongdoing that is being done to the other person. So sitting quietly, standing quietly, not doing anything, not supporting the person who is being bullied is also the same as bullying someone. It's just as wrong as what the other person is doing. So Maddie is thinking to herself. Maddie is feeling very guilty about it. Worse, she said, it is even worse. She was a coward. At least Peggy hadn't considered they were being mean, but she, Maddie, had thought they were doing wrong. She could put herself in Wanda's shoes. Well, at least she's saying I was a coward, and that is the worst thing. At least Peggy didn't think that they were being mean, but Maddie, even knowingly, she was just being she just stood there and she had not done anything about it. And so Maddie is feeling very, very bad about it. She is feeling very guilty. She is putting herself in Wanda's shoes. If had it been her, what would she have felt? How would she have felt? That is what she is thinking. Goodness, wasn't there anything she could do? If only she could tell Wanda. If only she could tell Wanda she hadn't meant to hurt her feelings. She's feeling so guilty. She's thinking, oh, if only I could tell Wanda that I really didn't mean to hurt her feelings, that I was just being, I just stood quietly and I didn't like it actually. If she could only tell her that she didn't want to hurt her feelings. She turned around and stole a glance at Peggy, but Peggy did not look up. So she turned around, she looked at Peggy. Peggy was busy with her own work, she didn't look up. She felt badly or not. She seemed to be studying hard. So it seemed that Peggy was studying hard. Well, whether Peggy felt badly or not, she, Maddie, had to do something. She had to tell, she had to do something about it. She's thinking. She had to find Wanda Petronsky. Maybe she had not yet moved away. So Maddie has made up her mind. I'm going to do something about it. She wants to find Wanda Petronsky. Maybe she had not yet moved away. Maybe they are still preparing to move. Maybe Peggy would climb the heights with her, and they would tell Wanda she had won the contest, that they thought she was smart and the 100 dresses were beautiful. Now she's thinking, Maddie, maybe Peggy will come with me. We will climb up to Boggins Heights and we will tell Wanda that she has won the contest and that she is very smart and the dresses were beautiful. That is what she has decided to do. This is the guilt that Maddie is feeling because she herself was poor, and she is thinking that even though I didn't mean to hurt her, Yet just standing there means that I have hurt her very much. I did not say anything. I did not take up her case. I didn't support her. And now she has made up her mind that she's going to go with Peggy and find out whether she's there, and she will tell her, and they will tell her that the dresses were beautiful. That's what she has decided. So we will do the next part in the next class. Thank you.